What's up, everybody? Target individual CJBK here. This is my hallway. Well, this is the hallway to my apartment building. So, basically, the video that was like an hour long, where I explained the whole eugenics factor of this so-called program, which is not really a program. It's more along the lines of population, or depopulation control based on a person's moral and ethical means. I felt like I was going to do it this way. That way I'm not just sitting in the room. I'm actually walking around outside and so I have two favorite neighbors. Well, not favorite, but they are a part of my favorite neighbors. They're like the most naturalistic, friendly people. I don't know. I don't even think about gang stalking when it comes to them. Hold on. Hello. Oh, I'm like so exhausted from work today, but oh my goodness. Hi.
You work tomorrow too?
No, I'm off Thursdays and Fridays. I love being off.
This week is Thursday and Friday.
Yeah.
What happened to Saturday and Sunday?
I do work Saturday, but I'm off Sundays.
Oh, cool. Oh, wait, here we go. Jen, let me get a room. How's mommy?
She's all right. Yeah. So this is this is for my YouTube channel.
Your YouTube channel.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna put you on camera.
Look. What is the YouTube channel on?
So it's a lot to do with spiritual things,
cool.
technology.
Look at her.
Things about like how to
Your own YouTube channel?
Yeah. I don't know if I'm making money off of it. I don't think I am. I only have like 159.
So far.
Yeah.
What is your channel?
It's called Targeted Individual
It's called.
Hold on.
Wait, Jen, we're busy here. Look.
It's called.
Look what she's doing him.
It's called Targeted Individual CJBK.
Wait, target. Hold on a second.
Targeted.
Oh, you dropped your
Individual.
CJBK, like Christopher James.
CJBK.
Yeah, like Christopher James Brooklyn.
And then send it to me.
BK.
CJ. BK.
Like CJ, he's your son.
CJ.
BK.
BK.
Oh my goodness.
Here, let me get a reservation.
I got it.
Jen, you're not even, look.
I got it.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So.
He loves you.
Oh my goodness. So.
She's trying to tell you something.
What?
She wants you.
Oh.
Jen, look at her.
Oh. I feel like dogs always know something.
They know good people. Oh my Jen, you're missing this whole thing.
Oh my goodness.
She's
like, stop wiping it off. She's like, stop wiping it off. So. Oh.
Jen, look at her. She's jumping off.
Oh.
Because she don't see him very often.
She loves you. Yeah.
I just subscribed to your channel.
Oh, thank you.
I'll do that too. As soon as you send it to me.
I just did.
Yeah, so
No.
but yeah, I mostly
You know
talk
what?
about,
Hold the leash. I don't know you.
I mostly talk about a lot of things to help people going through let's call it like
I'm gonna go to it.
a lot of people are dealing with like being attacked by society in a sense.
I know the feeling.
So a lot of those people who are subscribing to my channel, they are going through the same thing.
Yeah. Oh, I got you. I
So-
just subscribed. Now you have 160. Oh, you got comments.
Yeah, I
It's
get
helpful and inspiring.
yeah, I get a few people. I met a lot of people here in New York City just through my YouTube channel too.
Oh,
Really?
and there's this guy that I really want to meet. He's a white guy who can speak Chinese and Mandarin on. His name is Zhao Mayo. So look him up. I'll show him to you.
Okay.
Hold on. He can actually speak fluent.
It's a party out here. It's a party.
Look at her.
It's a party.
Look at her.
It's a party.
Oh my God.
No.
They need alone. Hello.
Oh.
She's all over you. Christopher, you good with I made a mistake. Look what I did.
Yeah, so I had to pause for a little bit so I could see if I could figure out the whole dog collar thing. So yeah, I had a whole video that was like an hour long. I mean, even though I was like lying in my bed in the dark, like I felt like everything that I was saying was like some very impactful and alarming things that I feel like people need to know, because what's happening is literally we could forget about crime against humanity. This is beyond that, because it seems like every single person that's a part of this, you know, maybe not every single person, but I want to say like 85% of the people that's a part of it are all like judgmental, demonizing, you know, lying, you know, people, because they're all basing their actions off of like, you know, like lies and you know, how they're basically trying to either overhype things that, you know, probably never happened. And, you know, I don't care how many gang stalkers are out here. I really don't. Like I said, you know, I'm moving on to God time at this point. So, okay. Everybody knows what eugenics is, right? Eugenics is basically the idea of killing off a population, or the removal of a population based off of, you know, genetics, or you know, if people don't live by a certain ideal, they feel like you need to go. You know, the Romans did it to the true Christians. They hunted them down like dogs and basically just like, you know, tried to eradicate them, you know, whether by, you know, torturing them in the Colosseums, sicking lions on them, burning them, lynching them, you know, all kinds of things, you know. Then also there's been other, you know, types of acts that have been done against like just peaceful people in general. You know, you think about all the riots that happened during like the 60s with people trying to fight against, you know, wars and whatnot, because we didn't, like a lot of people didn't believe that the reason for engaging in such wars weren't necessarily an act in self-defense, but it was more just so that somebody in some very high place can make a lot of money or gain access to another country's resources, or whatever the case may be. Now, when it comes to this gang stalking stuff, right, you gotta remember how most TIs are put on this whole thing. Most TIs are put on this whole thing based off of one major primary thing that always seems to ring out. They somehow were doing the right thing, whether it was trying to defend somebody who couldn't defend himself, or whether they were trying to just report, you know, someone who was harassing another person, maybe someone who is sexually abusing children, maybe someone who is, just abusing anybody. And then pardon me, and once they decided that they were going to try to, fight back, or try to see if they can help someone against, I guess you could call the oppressor, then all of a sudden, it's like, it's like all of a sudden, no, let me get the other one. It's like all of a sudden, now an entire group of people began to come after the person who was only doing the right thing. I'm gonna just put this to the side real quick. And let me see.
Don't worry about it.
Hold on. She said she wants some hot chocolate. I don't know. It's hot as hell outside. Anyway, hey. Maybe I'm not supposed to say that because, the handlers, they're telling lies, saying, oh, he be talking about people. You see, he's talking about people. And I'm like, so it's wrong for me to say it's hot outside, but she wants hot chocolate. So that's me talking about somebody because somebody wants hot chocolate and it's hot outside, but they'll say, oh, he's talking about people. This is the type of lies that we deal with. Oh, sorry. Alright, and I'm done.
Here, you get one to keep that for that.
Where did I put it?
Sure?
Yeah.
Sure?
Yeah, I'm gonna just carry it.
25.
Money.
Money.
Thank you.
Right.
And I saw it go to the back of the stars looking out. You gotta know you pretty and black. It's just a beautiful skin.
All right. Thank you. You good? So, yeah. So, I'm trying not to get people on camera because I know I don't do the whole thing about like, getting people faces and all that. I don't do that. I know I can understand why other TIs want to do it. I just don't do it. Because like I said, I don't really necessarily care about going after the people themselves. Because most of these people have been coerced into this system in the first place. They were coerced into the system. And they were also, basically manipulated into the system. Especially if you, are leading with the connotation of if you say something about it, then you snitching. But it's like, nigga, this is my free will we talking about. Fuck you mean? Sorry, I just got real when I start talking like that. I don't like to talk like that, but it is our free will we're talking about. They're using technology to basically try to strip you of your free will. I mean, you telling me that a person can no longer think what they want to think? You telling me a person can no longer think what they want to think? And I've literally stopped caring about trying to be quiet about it, trying to be, well, I don't want to make myself, well, I'm not going to make myself look crazy, because I already know, like, so much about it from a technological standpoint and a spiritual standpoint. So I see the whole big picture of the whole thing. And this technology is playing on the energy of human beings. They're calling it, the handlers want to call it emotional energy. Whenever I overpower their frequencies, whenever I, learn how to tap into my source, which is God, whenever I tap into my source to basically gain more power so then I can push out this negative energy that they're trying to force on me, or whenever they're trying to steal large portions of my energy away from me, and if you remember from the scalar video, that's they can either add energy to something or extract energy from it. They're calling it emotional energy, but it's not emotional energy. That's a very worldly term. That's a worldly view of how you interpret the spirit of a human being, so, but like I said before, this is eugenics we're talking about. This is a group of people who are basically making themselves feel like gods. You can't be God on earth. You can't be God on earth. I'm going to say it one more time. You can't be God on earth. You still bleed red just like me. I mean, unless you a reptilian. I mean, unless you a reptilian or some shit, then I don't know. So, but I've never really intentionally tried to cause harm to anyone. Never in my life have I intentionally, unless it was out of self-defense. I don't intentionally try to cause harm to anyone. I don't intentionally try to spread rumors about anyone. I don't intentionally try to, hurt anyone's character. Now, here's the thing. I wonder if I heard that boy say something like he don't care about poor people. And I'm like, now the funny thing is like, you don't have to sell your soul just to make $1. You really don't. Because that's basically what you're doing. They're selling their soul just to make $1. You are only going to live on this earth for probably no more than, for most people, probably 85 years tops. Hold on.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you.
I didn't add any sugar or anything like that.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. What'd you buy? Bubbly?
Yeah, I actually got I got one of these little Smirnoff pineapple.
She's happy.
The pineapple coconut. This is not too sweet. It's like semi-sweet. This one is actually really good. Those Lime-A-Rita strawberry. Those are way too sweet for me. Yeah. I know. So, but yeah, and then I just got a regular beer. Sometimes I just want something regular, and then. Oh yeah. Core.
So to him, this little shop and his freaking core is
Yeah, my mom, she's happy for the fact that I don't drink hard liquor in the house and stuff like that.
She don't like.
If I do,
buy bottles of brandy during the winter. Because when you're cold and you drink the brandy, it keeps you warm.
Yeah. Whatchamacallit? See, well, I got stories about when I would go and hang out, so that's why my mother don't like when I drink. So it's nothing bad, but more I'd fall
So
asleep.
you do it in the house when she's not home.
Sure, I don't even want to do it in the house most of the time. I'd rather be out and about, but sometimes I get tired and, I get on the A train and, I fall asleep. Next thing you know, I'm in Far Rockaway.
Oh my God.
She said, oh my God.
He ended up in Long Island.
You fell asleep and went back to Queens.
Yeah, and the worst part is I had got on at West 4th Street. So it's yeah, so
you would have been a couple of stops to transfer back to get here.
yeah.
You really slept.
Oh, I don't know. For me, it's something about
The
being on
motion of the
the
train.
most.
My
Yeah.
mother told me when I was a little girl, a baby,
Mhm.
in order to get me to go to sleep, they would put me in the car
Yeah.
and drive me around. And to this day, when I'm in the car, I fall asleep right away.
What about the C train, the old C trains?
Oh
They had
yeah.
no stabilizers on them.
Yeah. They literally.
Boy, they go like this, and I'm like, oh yeah, yeah.
Uh huh. Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
like,
it
my
landed
stop is
right on
next.
you. Wow.
Oh, here comes your other favorite person, Brian.
Oh, Brian, and he's walking with a cane. His knee, my knee. Good Lord. Oh, hot chocolate. Oh,
You all right? God bless you.
Gesundheit.
All right. Well, I'll see you all later.
Okay, have a good day.
All right. Take care. Yeah. So, yeah, and for the most part, I can't condone this. Like, I really can't. Like, there's been a lot of things that I've actually just like been able to ignore or turn the other way and act like I didn't see it. There's been a lot of things that I've not seen, right? But this I can't no, because it's like, one, it's stripping people away of their privacy in the most extremist sense. And the people that they're doing it to, they're not even bad people. They're not even bad people. Like, they're not doing this to people who's abusing other people. They're not doing this to people who's, destructive to the community. They're not doing this to people who's like harming children. They're doing this to innocent people who are just trying to do the right thing. All right. What's up? So I'm like, it's irritating as fuck for me to like really see that like I'm being targeted because I basically stepped in and I didn't even really get that involved in that situation. I'm basically being targeted because I wanted to make sure this woman wasn't getting beat to death in the hallway, and I'm just sitting in my living room by the front door listening to the and this is why this is happening to me, and then on top of that, it's like what they're trying to do is they're trying to get everybody involved in basically assassinating my character so that everybody will feel good about themselves, thinking that they put somebody who's harmful against the community away in jail, or like, if I eventually die from being radiated, or 24 hours, 7 days a week, that everybody's gonna feel good because they feel like they did some good for their community. But they didn't do any good for their community. Why? Because all they're basically doing is enabling everyone who is actually creating monsters in this country or around the world in general. Because it's like, when you think about what this harassment does to people who are, who are probably just already emotionally, unstable, or, they were, just peasy people who, what happened, Ma?
No, I thought Sonya couldn't get in.
Oh, no. And you just walking around?
Yeah, I was laying on the bed, man.
I need to take a shower before I really get myself comfortable. I'm sweaty and salty. So, yeah, like, I'm just going to say it like this. They're using this technology to basically wipe the earth of everyone who God has, favor over, because they basically are genuinely good people. They're using this technology to... Yes, Ma.
This is Alloway. Send it to my email. J. James 1609 order.
All right. Let me see. Yeah. So it seems like every time I try to record, I gotta take a pause. But anyway, so it's like I don't think people realize that they're being lied to. I don't think they really realize that, these people who is, basically controlling this technology, I don't think they realize that they're being lied to. Because it's like, it's how could somebody who known you for years know that you ain't never done nothing to nobody, know that you ain't never, you know, really been on anyone's bad side before or whatever, and then all of a sudden when this targeting thing starts with you, they switch up on you with the quickness, like they act like they ain't, I don't know, they act like they don't mess with you no more. Not mess with you, but they don't care about you no more. They're okay with seeing you actually, being killed. They're actually okay with you being, ostracized from your human rights, and um, is and then they're like, oh, it's a lot of people watching you. And I'm like, yeah, that's the point. That's the point. Because one thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to cower into a corner, shaking and trembling, crying because I'm in pain. No, the God that I serve taught me that, if you want to stay in God's blessings, you need to stand in the light and stay in the light at all times. And if someone is trying to see if they could pull you into the darkness, you banish them with every spiritual energy that you got. You tell them you tell them the power of Christ. I've been saying this lately, and I've been feeling like this weird, churning in the brain, like a magnetic churning in the brain when I say the power of Christ compels you. And every time I say that, I feel like almost like I'm raising my own frequency. And so I started just repeating that today. The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you. And every time I said it, I started like feeling something like try to like raise up, but as it's trying to raise up, they're using the technology to try to push it back down. And I could tell that a lot of people are watching my YouTube videos because, little by little every day, the same people I might work with or the same people I might see every day, their energy is changing. Their energy is changing, even though we never really said anything in particular to each other to make our energy change towards each other. But that somebody or whoever that you see on a daily basis, when you see them, their energy has changed. Meaning, I don't know if they're feeling guilty in some sense, or maybe they are feeling like you are disrupting their money flow because there's money involved in this, or you're disrupting their means of good health, a secret good health. But the problem is none of this stuff is secret though. It's just you didn't know about it until someone who's controlling it is telling you that you're not supposed to know about this, but we're going to use it for your benefit. But you got to do stuff for us. You got to do what we tell you for you to receive the best, to receive the best increments of, this healing device, right? And like they can literally take away depression from people, they can take away pain from people, they can heal somebody from cancer, they can if you got knee problems, they could take away your knee problem, they can do all these things. But instead, what they're doing is, if you don't do if what they tell you to do, then they'll induce everything that's wrong for your health and your life. They'll induce all of that into you. That's a form of enslavement. That's a form of enslavement. And then you're also stripping away people's free will to be able to choose whether or not they want to do something. And I can't condone that. And then on top of that, they'll go through any means necessary to try to, get an incrimination out of someone who is simply just trying to defend their human rights. And I can't understand how there's so many, like with the Department of Defense, all these intelligence agencies, and I'm talking about global. I'm not even just talking about the United States. They're all like how is it that so many of these soldiers or these agents or whatever, they're okay with knowing that this technology is being used on their own citizens. It's a lot of people who joined the military who are patriots. I mean, patriots. Patriots, and they're nationalists. They love their country. And they love the citizens of their country. They love the value or the whatever it is that makes their country great or whatever. They love their country enough to join the military, but yet you don't love it enough to make sure that your organization or your department is not actually causing harm to the people within it. I mean, because it would be one thing if this was kind of like a thing where it's like, um Russian handlers were doing things against Americans or something like that. But that's not the case, though. That's not the case. We're talking about domestic terrorism. Like, we're talking about domestic terrorism. And the crazy thing is, I'm looking around, and yeah, gun violence is ticked up. But at the same time, now with all this knowledge about frequencies and how you can implant, how you can code, you could literally be in a remote location, write up a code that that can basically make someone more angry than what they originally was, and then they can induce someone into wanting to commit a crime that they would not have committed in the first place. You know, or they can induce someone into the point where they want to actually commit suicide. And they don't understand that, frequencies, the entire universe operates on frequencies. And with this near infrared, light, or whether the scalar waves are transmitting the coded frequencies, or then there's the infrasound, the extremely low and very low frequencies, or extremely high, very high frequencies that are being transmitted, on a daily basis, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, to, specific bio-resonant, bio-coded, individuals, because, oh, they called the police on me because, I was messing with, I took they called the police on me because I took this, I told this kid I was just trying to borrow his bike, but he was acting like a little bitch. So, we got to put him, we got to get him, we got to put him on the list, or put her on the list. And it's like, this is the type of stuff that we talking about. I hate to use it because I know people in the streets, but we got crazy motherfuckers who got way too much access to things that they should not have. And it makes me really think about like if anyone ever read the Book of Enoch, and you get to the point where I think it's like in chapter 5 or chapter 6, it talks about fallen, like specific fallen angels and what they came down on and taught mankind, and everything about the secrets of heaven that we are not supposed to know, but yet they did it anyway. And then in chapter like 65, it's either 65 or 66, it talks about in more details about what the fallen angels basically did with humanity, including fornicating with them, creating offspring, teaching man how to create division against one another so that they can have a taste of what it's like to control something or someone, and it's like, this is what we're dealing with. And it's like, so I don't know. It reminds me of when reading the Bible, when it said, and I forgot where it says it, but God was like, he looked upon earth and found that there was no one that did good. There were no one who was righteous. And I'm just like, nah, God, some of us are, and we're being like persecuted for just trying to be good people, just trying to do right by people. Like it's heartbreaking, but at the same time, if you know history, this is a part of history, what's happening to all targeted individuals, Havana syndrome, victims. And it's, man, and then you know what? And here's another thought that came to my mind. The sun. So now they're like attaching frequencies to this part of my neck here. So they're gonna try to do everything they can. Right now they have me heterodyne. They have like frequencies going through my ear that's like ringing like crazy high. It the heterodyne process doesn't hurt itself, but it's the brain reacting to the incoming frequency, and then when it resonates, whatever that frequency is, to cause that specific physiological response. That's what causes the pain. It's not necessarily the ringing sound itself that causes the pain, but it's your brain actually decoding that frequency or receiving that frequency and resonating with that frequency that causes like the stress in your head or whatever. So like basically, like right now, when I pinch by my ear canal, when I take my fingers and I pinch right in front of the ear canal, I feel the pressure decrease, right? But then as I pull it away, the pressure starts to decrease tremendously, right? But that's just only on one side of my head. I got to do it on both sides just to fully reduce the amount of pressure that I'm feeling all, on the side of my, all on the side of my basically my brain. So, and then on top of that, so like I said, when you hear that high pitched ringing, right? You just pinch right in front of your ear canal, and you pull away. As you start to pull away, you may feel that magnetic pressure start to go down, right? Man, and then on top of that, they've been hitting me in this same spot, like in my in my back, like the middle of my back. I don't think it's not my traps. I forgot what that muscle's called. I haven't studied anatomy in a while. But let me take my hat off. So, like I've been telling you, Qigong, right? Qigong would teach you how to use your own magnetic energy from your body to basically pull anything that's harmful against your energy. You can pull that away from your body. So when I do that, right? So right now there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure here, right? And doing this, you can actually feel denseness in the air. The denseness is actually energy being surrounded around your body. And then what they're doing is they're concentrating the energy on particular parts of your body. So right now, in my palm, and as it starts to raise up to my fingertips, there is this like negative, like radioactive energy that is like completely destructive, and it's pooling in my hand almost like a ball. And as I'm tensing my hand, I'm basically creating like my hand is like a big energy magnet to their energy. And as I'm moving it around, it's almost as if like I have how do I put it? It's like if it was a giant laser attached to my head, and you know the laser is magnetic, right? Me using my energy, right, in just from the palm of my hand, and you know people will say maybe that's the sun that you. No, it's not the sun. You please study Wei Chi or Qigong. Please study the electromagnetic field of the or the human biofield. Study those things. Look into those things. You can learn how to manipulate and control the energy that they're putting on you, right? Because I'm literally holding this energy. I've been slowly telling people little things about how to study like the energy of the human body, where um if someone told me, oh, they got a pain in their back, right? So then what I would do is, let me let that go. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta shake it off. So I got a good majority of it off of here. Now I gotta do it to this side just to balance it out. So as I'm doing this, it's coming off of the back of my skull. There's a lot of it on my cerebellum. And as I'm doing this, I'm hearing a lot of popping in my head, right? There's a lot of popping going on. And I'm trying to pull a lot of it from the back of my neck. Right. So it's like it looks strange when you're watching it. It looks strange when you're watching it, but if you actually try to do it, you will be amazed at what you will be capable of. And the thing is, get rid of that. The thing is this is like Eastern medicine type stuff. This is the type of stuff that like if you and when you go into like a park or whatever and you see like a Asian group doing those slow movements and they're like and everything they do is all about breathing and controlled movements. They are managing the energy of their body and the energy around them. They're doing like Tai Chi or Qigong. All of that stuff is about is about natural healing, you know, to the body. You know, it's crazy because in the Eastern world and you know, most parts of South America and like Africa, there is there's not that much, you know, use for technology, right? I mean, in a sense of like health, but well, okay, let me put it this way. We have been healing each other with natural energy from either our own bodies or the natural energy from healthy eating or the natural energy from like, you know, special herbs and things like that, because everything that we should ever need in this world to heal us or to give or to fill our life with vitality comes from the earth, not technology. That's a Western thing, you know. And then even when you think about like the Stasi, you know, communists, whatever, they all were into the whole idea of well, and the Egyptians too. I don't even know where the hell most of this technology stuff comes from, right? But some would say, well, it came from aliens. What's up, Sandra? Yeah. So they would say, some people want to say, oh, it came from aliens. Some would say it came from the fallen angels. But whatever the case may be, it's kind of like saying, technology in a sense created much of the problems that's in humanity. And then once they created the problems with the technology, now that we try to use more technology to try to fix a problem. But I don't know, it's a perplexing thing. But the part that gets me is how people are willing to destroy the lives of honestly good-hearted people, all because they decided to do the right thing. you know but anyway, I'm gonna end that here. I don't think I probably said everything I wanted to say, but hopefully my words will resonate with somebody, maybe somebody who is in a position that can do something, or whatever the case may be. Because I mean, this technology can't be that hard to detect. Because if I can actually record my synthetic telepathy with a cell phone, I can record it with a cell phone. All you need is an infrasound app, or a recorder, or an app that can basically pick up on frequencies that are lower than 20 hertz, because that's what we can't necessarily hear. Or you can, in that document, the scalar weaponization document I talk about a couple of videos back. It talks about how you can actually create a device that can detect scalar energy. And I'm just like, there's no way whoever was investigating the Havana syndrome talk about they don't know what's happening or who's doing what. That's bullshit. All of it is bullshit, because I don't even know nothing about this stuff, and I'm finding it all online for free. And then, you know what the crazy thing is? Through them attacking me, it helped me find so many other ways to heal and recover the body from a lot of the things that we create against ourselves. But they pushed me into finding alternative ways of healing, so you could actually, like doctors are still very much important to our society, but for the most part, the doctor should be like the last case scenario, in a sense. Like, you use the doctor to help you get access to tests, right? But now the sad part is, if you're a targeted individual, and the doctor is a part of the whole secret society or network of, people who want to try to destroy your life, they can fabricate the test results, or they can hide certain results from you so that you wouldn't know if you're truly sick. It's one of the great reasons why my mother always say, whenever she goes to go and get blood work or something done, she asks for a hard copy. That way she can actually be able to do her own research on all the things that's going on in her body. And everybody should be doing this. One of the reasons why I definitely don't trust most vaccines is because they're not trying to provide you a copy of what's inside the vaccines. They're not. They just tell you that you got to get this vaccine if you want to be able to beat the virus or whatever. Do you know how many people are living across the world that don't have, well, I guess you could say maybe they just never came in contact with the disease. But either way, natural immunization have been proved for centuries to be very, well, very effective against a lot of diseases. The problem is if your immune system is being suppressed, if you are taking great care of your immune system, your body, and you've been feeding your body the things that boost the immune system, when you come across certain things, your body will naturally be able to fight off whatever it is and then build the antibodies naturally to fight against these things. But anyway, I'm tired, I'm sweaty, I'm salty, and I need to take a shower. And I want to go and I want to relax and drink my beer. So, as always, yeah, as me talk about boosting your immune system, and he's like he's drinking alcohol, but yeah, I'm not a lush. I like to have two beers after work or whatever, you know, and then I don't know. I'm enjoying my life regardless of the targeting. And I refuse to cower, and I refuse to be manipulated. I refuse to be told what I'm going to do with my life. If they're going to try to set me up for a crime I didn't commit or a crime I didn't intentionally commit, you know, then so be it. Because there are many people in this world who are honestly good people who did not deserve to be locked up in prison or in jail, whatever the case may be. There are people who get lied on about, certain crimes, and next thing you know, they get this rap sheet, or not a rap sheet, but they get this offense tagged on them that, they didn't actually do, so, and then, and then the handlers who's messing with me, I'm older than them. I'm older than them, physically and spiritually. Spiritually, they can't even light a candle against me spiritually, because they don't have no morals. They don't have no ethical, no ethics. It's just like they're all power hungry. They're all power hungry, you know. And and it's crazy because I'm hearing somebody be all mad and whatnot, but while the music is playing, I could hear them acting real, angry and whatnot, because he's snitching on everybody. He was supposed to become a police officer. No, nobody is supposed to be forced to do anything that they don't want to do. God gave us all free will for a reason. If you try to take my free will away from me, you have a fight on your hands. I don't care. I don't care. And I'm not hiding. I leave my house early in the morning. It's still dark outside. The rats is outside. I'm outside with all when everything goes wrong outside. I'm outside. I'm not cowering. I'm not hiding. I don't care. All I said was I don't want to be a police officer. To tell you the truth, they could have offered me something else, and I probably would have, if it would have fit a purpose for me, I probably would have did it. But they wanted to be real, asshole like about it, and like, no, you got to be a police officer, and I'm just like, what you mean? So they're like, oh, because you told the doctors about us. I told the doctors that I was in my house and I started hearing voices, and that's snitching on you? And so then all of a sudden now, well, because you told the doctors and you snitched on us, now you either gotta become a cop or you a snitch. And I'm like, first of all, I'm not a snitch because I ain't never snitched on nobody a day in my life. And then I'm not gonna become a cop because you telling me to become a cop, whoever the fuck you are. So anyway, Lord knows I'm just aggravated, and I'm frustrated, but I'm not angry. I'm not erratic or anything like that. I am a citizen of the United States, a law-abiding citizen who pays their taxes, even though I'll even say this in 2020, my 2020 taxes, I was trying to submit my taxes online, but the handlers performed a denial of service attack on my computer while I was trying to submit the form online. So when I tried to do it on several other type of online submission platforms, they kept performing denial of service attacks on me. So then, my computer would not be able to connect with that website server. So yeah, and I already have recording of that, in my earlier videos. So, it doesn't really matter what happens, at the end of the day, I'm standing in the light. I don't care what anybody says. I'm defending my right to have free will. And God is blessing me at the same time while I'm doing it. So, my empowered individuals, remember what I always say: take life one breath, one thought, one step, one day at a time. Peace.